Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. You're listening to the RX Daily Dose. Today's episode is being recorded for Monday, August 29th, and I'm your host, Ian Parnagoni. We update this podcast for healthcare providers, medical professionals, and anyone who has an interest in drug updates. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms and social media, including iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram. All links can be found in the show notes below. So in today's episode, lots of COVID-19 updates. Both Pfizer and Moderna have submitted applications for an updated booster vaccine to cover for the Omicron subvariants, and the FDA granted an EUA for a Novavax vaccine for kids as young as 12. The FDA also approved a single-dose vial of Pfizer's Comirnaty COVID-19 vaccine and updated interaction check guidelines for Paxlovid antiviral treatment. The FDA also approved rapid-acting Auvelity for major depression and also expanded the use of Omnipod 5 for younger children. As always, feel free to skip around. I'm going to include times in the show notes so you get the updates that interest you. Let's hit on those COVID-19 updates first. Moderna has completed its submission to the FDA for emergency use authorization for its Omicron-targeting bivalent COVID-19 booster vaccine. The application is for a 50 microgram booster dose for adults 12 years of age and older. The updated booster contains both the original strain of SARS-CoV-2 as well as the BA4, BA5 subvariants of the Omicron strain. Moderna's application is based on preclinical data, as well as clinical trial data from a phase 2-3, studying the updated booster vaccine that targets the Omicron BA1 subvariant. In the study, the updated booster met all primary endpoints, including superior neutralizing antibody response against Omicron when compared with a 50 microgram booster dose in previously uninfected participants, as well as potent neutralizing antibody response against the Omicron subvariants BA4 and BA5 compared with the currently authorized booster. Pending authorization, Moderna should be ready to ship the updated bivalent booster in September of 2022. Pfizer and BioNTech have submitted an emergency use authorization request to the FDA for a booster dose of their COVID-19 vaccine that has been adapted specifically for the Omicron BA4, BA5 subvariants for those 12 years and older. If authorized, the updated vaccine will be available to ship immediately. The application follows guidance from the FDA to include clinical data from the company's bivalent Omicron BA1 adapted vaccine and preclinical and manufacturing data from the company's bivalent Omicron BA4, BA5 adapted vaccine to address the continued evolution of the COVID-19 virus. A conditional marketing authorization application has been initiated with the European Medicines Agency for the Omicron BA4, BA5 adapted bivalent vaccine and is expected to be completed in the coming days. The FDA has expanded the emergency use authorization of Novavax's protein-based COVID-19 vaccine to provide a 2-dose primary series to prevent COVID-19 caused in adolescents aged 12 through 17. The EUA decision was based on data from the ongoing pediatric expansion of the Phase 3 PREVENT-19 trial of 2,247 adolescents, aged 12 through 17 years, across 75 different sites in the United States. The efficacy analysis was supported by assessment of antibody titers that were shown to be higher in adolescents than in young adults. Safety data from the pediatric expansion showed the vaccine to be generally well tolerated. Serious and severe adverse reactions were low in number and balanced between vaccine and placebo groups, and not considered related to the vaccine. The FDA also provided additional guidance to help prescribers evaluate potential drug interactions when using Paxlovid therapy for COVID-19. Prescribers should review each patient's full list of medications and use other resources to evaluate for potential drug interactions in patients who take medications that are not included on the fact sheet or checklist at this time. I'll also be sure to include a link to the full checklist in the show notes for you to access. The primary issue with Paxlovid is that it has a ritonavir component, and ritonavir is a strong inhibitor of cytochrome P450 3A4. So use of other drugs that use this same system to metabolize drugs should be evaluated before use due to increases in accumulation since the system is suppressed. The FDA also approved a single-dose vial of Comirnaty. That's the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. The single-dose vials have gray caps and labels with gray borders, and the vaccine must not be diluted before use. Each vial contains one dose of 0.3 mLs. This administration is approved for use in individuals 12 years of age and older. The FDA also approved Insulet's Omnipod 5 automated insulin delivery system for children aged 2 years and older with type 1 diabetes. Omnipod 5 is the first tubeless automated insulin delivery system in the US and was approved in January of 2022 for use in individuals age 6 and older. Omnipod 5 is a system that integrates with the Dexcom G6 CGM system and a compatible smartphone to automatically adjust insulin. The system consists of the tubeless pod enhanced with Smart Adjust technology, the Omnipod 5 mobile app with its integrated smart bolus calculator, and the Dexcom G6 CGM. In a recent publication in Diabetes Care, a study found that use of Omnipod 5 in patients 2 years of age to 6 years of age experienced improved glycemic measures and reduced hypoglycemia during the study phase compared with baseline. Omnipod 5 is now available through retail pharmacies as well as specialty and mail-order pharmacies to anyone with a prescription and coverage. And finally this week, the FDA approved Axsome Therapeutics' dextromethorphan bupropion combination, which goes by brand name Auvelity, an extended-release tablet to treat major depressive disorder in adults. Axsome anticipates Auvelity to be commercially available in the U.S. in the fourth quarter of 2022. Auvelity is the first and only rapid-acting oral medicine approved for the treatment of major depressive disorder, with labeling of statistically significant antidepressant efficacy compared with placebo starting at week 1. The rapid antidepressant effects were sustained at all subsequent time points. The approval was based on 2 trials, including the Gemini placebo-controlled study and confirmatory evidence and the Ascend study comparing Auvelity to bupropion sustained-release tablets. Data from the Gemini study were published in May of 2022 in the Journal of Clinical Psychiatry, and data from the Ascend study were published in May of 2022 in the American Journal of Psychiatry. And that's all I have for right now. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'll include all links in the show notes below, so please go back and check those out too. Please connect with me on any of your social media platforms and give me feedback on what you heard today. I'd love to know what you thought about the episode. And as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. And thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.